Hello!
Hello
こん
everyone!
にちは。
こんにちは。もう1ヶ月経ちました。
あっという間の1ヶ月ですね。It's already
ねえ It's
a
already
month since
July.
last.
Yes.
は
Okay.
い。
Shall
と
we
いう
get
こと
started?
で。Yeah! はい。ということで、皆さん、こんにちは。グローバルな環境で活躍するためのグローバルスキルを教えております。オーストラリア・ブリスベン在住のアイクマンリエです。
はい、こんにちは。ビジネス英語から一般英会話、そしてリベラルアーツまで幅広い分野で社会人の英語学習をサポートしています。ビジネス英語講師の大島桜子です。東京からお届けしています。はい。今日はでもね、あんまり告知しなかったけど、来てくれてるかな。もし来てくれてたらね、ぜひコメントをいただきたいんですけれども。Okay, so in this live session, we connect Japan and Australia once a month, and each of us brings one topic that caught our attention this month. 月に1回のライブで、その月に気になったことをね、お互いに1個ずつ持ち寄るっていう形になってます。And then we'll chat about them while switching Japanese and English, between Japanese and English. 英語と日本語をこう、行ったり来たりしながらお話をしていくんですけれども、でもメインにお互いに話すところは英語ですよね。We try to stick to English when we give some presentation. Yes.
Yeah.
And also the themes we cover vary. いろんなテーマを扱っていて、from everyday life, culture, and also to entertainment and social issues. 何でもその時に私たちが興味を持ったことを話していこうということになっています。はい。
はい。そうですね。30分後には皆さんのね、視野が少しだけ広がって、明日から使える英語フレーズだったり、グローバルなマインドセットを持ち帰っていただけたら嬉しいです。はい。それでは今月のテーマを始めましょうか。
OK。始めましょ
う。はい。ということで、we are going to start. I think the first part will be my part of, yes. So from Danshari.
ねえ。これ多分みんな大好きな話題。I think everybody loves it,
Yeah, so interesting. I think this concept of Danshari is coming from Japan. So I did the poll on the other day. Have you heard about Danshari? And then, yeah, some people know the, concept and the meaning and practicing it, but a lot of people never really heard. So it will be great to share this concept with everyone today and also, explain how this will connect to the global mindset, So, yeah. Let me start. My intro is, I have obviously recently done decluttering stuff.
Yes, what did you do?
So normally I don't like tidying up.
You don't?
I hate it. I'm not good at it. So, and recently...
I don't think so. Your house is beautiful. It's all tidied up.
Thank you.
Yes.
I think that's because if I know you're coming, if I know you're coming, I'll go, oh, I need to tidy up. I need to hide everything or something. So,
it looks really beautiful though,
Oh, thank you. So recently, my mom has, visited us and she is the expert of tidying up. And I am not. So as soon as she arrived and stayed in our house, she's like, you need to do Danshari.
Really?
So those of you, just, to explain what is Danshari we are talking about, it's basically not just the decluttering. So the concept is originated from yoga concept of Danshari. The concept is actually developed by this lady called Hideko Yamashita-san. Japanese lady who published, she linked this idea about yoga, just to kind of cut unnecessary feeling or relationship or something that basically to Danshari concept coming from yoga to apply to the tidying up. So just make decision to let go of things and not, hanging on to the past or, nostalgic thing. So that is the concept. And so that is also actually in Chinese. It's called, instead of Danshari, it's Danshari. So sound very similar. Yeah. Chinese audience people also will understand if we say Danshari, but it's coming from, obviously, when you say Danshari as tidying up, that is, tidying up concept is really developed by this lady called Hideko-san, Yamashita-san.
Oh, okay. So you say it in Chinese, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, and my mom keeps saying, you need to do Danshari.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because her mom is Taiwanese, yes.
Yeah. So, so then I started our, decluttering. And I'm sure, Sakurako-san, you already did decluttering, I remember, when you moved to your new place.
Yeah, 2 years ago, I did the huge Danshari, yes.
Yeah, back then I was like, Sakurako is doing a lot of Danshari. And, for those, if you haven't done Danshari recently, this is not just physically tiring thing, but mentally, it's really every moment when you see the things and you accumulate so many things over the past years.
Yeah.
And you kind of, especially because I live in overseas, and so there's something that I bring from Japan and it's so precious. And I cannot use it like food, Japanese food. I want to keep it until I really need it. And so that's why every time I go to Japan, I buy a lot and that's accumulating. So looking back now, I have accumulated a lot. And
but Japanese food is okay. You're going to consume anyway.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like also like you have to, be careful of the expiry date. And sometimes I'm sure a lot of people, Japanese people living overseas, it's okay. It's just a little bit over, expiry date. But now, my mom was very strict, like, no, don't eat anything with expired date. So I'm like, But anyway, the concept is really the less thing accumulate in your space, that will, give you less kind of concern or worries or decision you have to make. So it really lighten up your mind. And that is why it's really very, how do you call that? When you experiencing this process, you just feel your mind is getting lighter and reducing the noise of wherever you see.
So that means you and your mom were decluttering together?
Yes. I think without my mom, I didn't have willpower to do this on my own, because that's why my house or my, certain area, kitchen, pantry, ended up so many things. And that is why it's connected to, the global mindset is how this will connect. So we are every day surrounded by our familiar things, I always have my cup here. I always have my furniture. My clothes is like, we are surrounded with our most comfortable environment. And you get used to it, right? So it's really like when you're putting into the new environment, which is new culture, you're studying abroad, relocating to new country, everything looks so like painful. And it's like, it's not what I used to, to all this Danshari process, just like it's mentally really, you need a courage to decide to do this before, same as, okay, decide to move to Australia, decide to move to new country, decide to study in a new environment. You really need to have this decision, the big decision you make. And then you jump out from your comfort zone. And then you're going to decide to live in a new format of environment. And I really felt that the connection of like, okay, saying goodbye to something that you always had it there. It's always there, but you need to say, do I really, need this? And pausing your lifestyle to reflect about your normality, the great experience, I would say.
But what did you get rid of, so besides Japanese food?
I have to say, clothes, I had about 6 bags, like garbage bags of
6 bags?
Yes. Like my wardrobe, half of the wardrobe is gone. Like I can see the space. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that. You've
That's
been to my
amazing.
place. I
Yes.
remember you were saying, "Oh, Ria-san, you don't really, your closet is not much,
Yeah,
right?" So
because
from then,
Australia, your lifestyle is rather casual, so you don't
yeah.
really need like a formal dress or suit. So it's also casual clothing,
Yeah.
and it's still not so many. And I was amazed. So I think Japanese people have much more clothes,
Yeah.
dresses and everything. But
Yeah.
you even cut in half?
Cutting half. And plus installing the new furniture. So, okay, how to make it more efficiently, how to make things more easy to see what I have, because there's so many clothes, so many food that you didn't see that it's there, and it's kind of
Yeah.
wasting space.
Yes.
So you really need to, reflecting to the daily life, how you can apply to the global mindset is really like the judgment that, or, the familiarity that you have. You need to stop and question about your normal. Like, I'm feeling normal with this environment, but when you're meeting someone that is, coming from different environment, like my mom was like, this is not normal. You need to do this. And, oh, okay. And obviously it's not easy to, agree on things, because obviously this is at the end, my place, my space. I wanted to do the way I want to do, but the negotiation and also the outcome. If you see, you need to work together. And also it was great reminder to, feel like, okay, what do I need? And good chance to like reflect about my, So yeah, my learning from this Danshari process was so painfully, painful physically, mentally, to decide what to let go. But really this moment is just refreshing your, usual life, because we don't normally, keep moving the house. But I'm not moving the house, but suddenly my house, like the place I live, looks so different environment.
Oh my goodness, I'd love to see it.
And it's just quite proud moment. You really have to have this pain. So same as anywhere, new environment, new country, you're putting yourself to not familiar environment. It's so painful, but same as anything, you will get used to it. You start to kind of realize, well, it used to be like this. I'm so comfortable. I will bring my own culture, my old habit. But when you're in a new environment, you have to really accept and adjust yourself and not really judging like, oh, it's so easy to go back to how it used to be, right? It's more comfortable to just keep, throwing things or just keep.
Oh, I see. So in my experience, it's a little bit different, So I was not really comfortable with the, previous situation that I have so many things. And I would love to get rid of all these things, right? So I was able to give up half of my clothes, half of my furniture. I mean, I changed almost everything. So
I remember
then I was happier than before. So it was not really painful experience for me.
Good for you.
Yeah. So it was even better. Everything is better. I love Danshari. So when I get frustrated, it's time for me to do Danshari. So it's a little bit different experience.
Wow. I wish I can be like that. It was not easy for me to really step up and then move my, kind of really put that as a priority. I rather prefer to do more bread baking or other gardening and stuff. And I left everything as it is. So yeah, it's a good experience for me. And then for me, my takeaway from the experience was really, a lot of times we need to kind of learn and take and a lot of, add new things in our daily life, like buying things or accumulating, but really important to decide the moment that done part, Danshari is done, the cutting part. Okay, I think I no longer need this item, or I think I have enough. That decision. So it's so important to decide the moment and become aware of the, assumptions or always carrying the same thing. Stop that, release, and then can come in and, you just have a better flow and always. And also good opportunity for me to challenge my normal world that I'm surrounded. So, yes.
Oh, I see. Well, so your husband and your kids' stuff also been discarded?
Well, I didn't do much of my husband's, thing because, that's his stuff. But the kids one, if you're, living with your family or if you're raising kids, always there's outgrown old clothes that they cannot wear anymore. And I didn't really, normally that's also part of parents' job to do that. So I did that and it's reduced. And so the house is a little bit more tidier than before. So
good
feeling.
And then, right. So that's good then, even though it was difficult or sometimes painful experience to get rid of all those things. But in the end, you feel better, right?
Yes, so much better. And I wish I can, naturally want to do Danshari like you, Sakurako-san.
No, I don't do that, so... In my case, I also accumulate stuff, while living everyday life. I just want this and that. And then I just realize, oh my God, this is too much. And then just do the Danshari once in a while. This is my routine sort of. So, so this is important to tidy up. But in my case, I have to do it always. That's so uncomfortable, So that's why my experience is not really bad. Getting rid of things is a good thing for me. I love it.
Yeah.
I refresh myself. Okay. That's interesting. I'd love to go back to Australia to see your beautiful house.
Yes. Welcome anytime.
Okay, thank you. So it's my turn. So my topic is the power of Chinamaxxing. Okay, so number one, the roots of Chinamaxxing. So Rie, you have never heard this term, huh? Chinamaxxing.
No. Unfortunately, when I heard about your topic, I said, what does this mean?
So it's a new term for me too. But how about looks-maxing? Have you ever heard the term looks-maxing? This is also you're not familiar with? So looks-maxing is coming from maximize.
Yeah.
Right? So that means looks-maxing means try to maximize your looks as much as possible. So try to look nice. That's a looks-maxing. So same idea. So Chinamaxxing is try to incorporate Chinese style life into your daily life. It's more like Chinese person or Chinese. This is an interesting term. So so maximizing Chinese elements in your daily life. Okay, so this is a new term actually. Okay, and then same as looks-maxing. And the next one is number 2. So Zenzi and Chinese wellness. Okay, so who started the Chinamaxxing is Generation Z. Gen Z. Okay. So they grew up with the smartphones or social media. So it's very natural for them to see the other culture through the phones, right? Okay, they have no bias, anything. So they decided to choose, or they decided to practice Chinese way of life. You are half Chinese, so probably drinking hot water. Do you drink hot water every morning?
No, but my mom does. My mom always keep the hot water. She doesn't drink cold drinks.
See, so this is Chinese style. So many Gen Zers drink hot water, adding a slice of lemon.
Okay.
Yes, she does too. Your mom too, or just hot water?
No, just hot water as always.
Yeah, I think mainly just hot water, but Gen Zers, add some slice of lemon, and so this is like a natural detox, natural detox routine. Okay, they start the day with the hot water, and next one is boiling apples. Does your mom boil apples or some other fruit? No. So Chinese people eat fruits. Warm, not cold, because cold fruits chill your digestive organs. Is that true? So if you boil apple or some other fruits and into sweet soup, that helps your stomach. And then it moisturize your lungs. Did you know this? Moisturizing lungs. I've never heard of it, Yeah, so like a hydrate lungs. So they call it self-care routine.
Okay,
so this
sounds,
is number 2. Yeah, and number 3 is herbal remedies and Tai Chi. So do you no, not yet, sorry. I'm still giving examples. So hot water in the morning, boiled apples, and herbal remedies and Tai Chi. They do Tai Chi. Do you do Tai Chi?
I used to, yeah. It's a good stretch, kind of starting in the morning. Yeah, I used to, but not recently.
And your mom does?
No, I don't think so. But if you go to China or, like Taiwan, like if you go to the park, you see lots of people doing.
Yes, right? So they sort of like a trading. They are trading like a gym hard workout.
Yeah.
For this, slow movement of Tai Chi. And also they don't take any supplement anymore. They take, herbal medicine. And then the biggest thing is like wearing slippers in house slippers. Do you wear house slippers?
Yes, especially, only maybe during the winter time. Now it's cold in Australia. So yes, only winter time.
Okay. So we Japanese people wear, slippers every day, right? So because we take off our shoes. So these kind of, practices, Gen Z people, take. So this is number 2. Okay. So this is an example. And number 3. So the viral hashtag becoming Chinese. Have you ever seen hashtag?
I don't think so. What kind of thing they're going to do? Becoming Chinese?
Yeah. So becoming Chinese. So this trend was peak at the end of 2025. So
I missed the trend totally.
You missed it. Yeah. So one Chinese American who lives in New York or somewhere in the States. So she just happened to introduce her daily routine, like a Chinese routine, like drinking hot water, wearing slippers, and then she posted this video with like a humor. Now you can become Chinese, So now, she just introduced each habit or practice, and then the last one is you become Chinese. So hashtag becoming Chinese is like a trendy thing. Okay. And then right after that, a lot of young people around the globe, share their experience with that under the hashtag, becoming Chinese. So I said, wow, becoming Chinese, that's so funny, right? There is another one is, they film, so their experience, like doing Tai Chi or like wearing slippers and walking around. And then they say, you've met me at a very Chinese time in my life. So this is a famous phrase, you've met me at the very Chinese time in my life. Okay. So this movement, international media, like news media, BBC or CNN, broadcast. That's why everybody knows now. It used to be just only TikTok, like a social media thing, but it's become like a wide, So this is becoming Chinese. Okay. And then number 4.
Okay. So before number 4, can I ask, so becoming Chinese is just not just like a Chinese, origin people doing, that's like more globally, like other people doing this, right?
Exactly. So if you are like half Chinese like you or Chinese American, that's normal thing because you are Chinese, right? So mainly Westerners, especially white people.
Okay.
But no, not only white people, like black people as well. So when I checked all these videos, there's so many different types of nationality, backgrounds, but mainly like late teens to around the 30s, like a Gen Zers.
Wow, yes. Interesting.
Okay. So the migration to Red Note. Have you ever heard the Red Note?
Is it the Chinese version of like Insta?
Yeah, is it? It's an app, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how to say Xiao something. How do you say Chinese? Yeah, but anyway, Red Note, Xiao Fan something. So there's an app, like a lifestyle, real life app by using the, I don't know, used by Chinese, mainland Chinese youngsters, right? So in some governments, especially particularly in the US, So governments are sort of like worried about TikTok because of the Chinese platform. So they are talking about banning TikTok. So so that's why Gen Zers are so afraid of not being able to use TikTok anymore. So they found Red Note, new, and they migrated, from TikTok to Red Note because they can communicate with like a real Chinese peers. So even though government wanted to build a wall between China and your own country, so younger people trying to find the way to reach out. So this is migration to Red Note. So because they strongly value the authentic culture.
Wow.
So I was surprised. I didn't know that you knew that Red Note.
Yes.
But you have to. Do you have to speak Chinese there? Of course,
I think so. Maybe you have to get download via Chinese app, maybe like in Chinese.
But probably there's some translation app as well, so maybe they can communicate. I guess. Yes. Okay. All right. Let's move on to number 5. So number 5 is dissatisfaction with the West. Okay. So this is another question. Why are Western young people so interested in Asian culture at the moment? So there's a big, fad, right? Big trend. But why now? So this is the actually answer, dissatisfaction with the West. So this is from the expert from, I got from the CNN and the BBC. So some experts said, young people are so dissatisfied with the life at home. Because, in case of the US, there is a, constant gun violence and political division. And in Europe, also economic stagnation and also the outdated infrastructures, right? So when they think about their own life, they feel like heavy. They're not really happy. So they started to looking outside, and then they happen to, bump into Chinese culture. And it seems to be better, healthier, wonderful. Yes. And especially, they thought Chinese like old-fashioned, like Japan as well, but the streets are clean and safe, and then transportations are, always on time. Train comes on always on time, and so reliable, right?
Yeah.
They said, "Oh my God, this is wonderful." They started to find out what the actual Chinese culture are. So this is the trigger, dissatisfaction with the West. I didn't even think about it. Yes. Okay, so the next one is so life without the old filters. So Rie and I, we have age difference, but don't tell anybody that how old I am, okay? So you're a younger generation, I'm an older generation. But since you used to live in Japan, so probably you can also share this feeling. So I'm not sure because you're half Chinese. So when we hear the term China, like our older generation, usually triggers some negative impression. For example, intellectual property, right? Chinese people copy everything, okay, like a pirates, and also made in China. Everything is made in China, and now it's high quality, but used to be anything that made in China was cheaper, cheap stuff. That was old, long time ago, right? And also, China is a communist country, so there's no freedom of speech. So those kind of like a stereotyped, impression about China. That's we have actually. You don't. You don't.
Maybe not much. Yeah.
Yeah, because your mom is Taiwanese. It's not mainland China, but Taiwanese. And you used to go to Taiwan all the time, right?
Yeah, so it's more like, so for my mom, it's more like, where's made in Japan? I need to find a made in Japan stuff. So, rather than finding, she would like to go for, made in Japan stuff. But which every time I'm like, Mom, these days you can't really find made so much, many made in Japan stuff. But yeah, I don't really have much.
Oh, no prejudice, of course, prejudice, no bias. But we do have an old filter, actually, So that's why I think, so Gen Zers, the way of see the world is so refreshing. They have no older filter. They don't have anything. For example, I use this news material for my lesson, actually. And then my students are rather older generation. I don't have Gen Zers, right? So I asked them, what do you think about, Chinamaxxing? They said, why China? Why not Japan? Why not Japan Maxing? Why? Sort of like a negative.
Interesting.
I know, but that's the majority of my students, right? But some students say, "What this great thing, because we are all Asian people. So if we can, get rid of Asian hate because of the Chinamaxxing, that's a great thing. This is a really positive way of thinking.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
The final one, conclusion.
Yeah.
So the power of soft power, I think you can imagine it easily. So Chinamaxxing, the peak was last year, 2025. So already 6 months has passed, right? So the peak was sort of like, calm down, but still these Chinese habits remain. Young people still drinking hot water, wearing slippers, blah blah blah. So probably the first time, the beginning was like cultural appropriation. You just on the surface level, like internet meme, but later on become more cultural appreciation. They really think it's amazing, wonderful. So then I thought soft power is amazing. You can never underestimate the soft power. So young people can actually change the world. The government level is difficult, but still especially younger people can melt the walls, So that's the like a hope for the future. That's what I learned. This is my takeaway.
I love it. And especially like what you explain and, explain about the background that these days people learn, different culture through social media so much easier than it used to be, right? And that's why like Gen Z or younger generation people will appreciate different things and can take, like copy the good thing, like wearing slippers or take shoes off in the house. And I've seen like how dirty it is, in the shoes, like, and it's a Asian culture to take, some, only some cultures they do this, but it's good to see, people learn from each other.
I think so too. So, lots of people say, oh, social media is too much, young people spend too much on the cell phone, like a smartphone, right? But at the same time, that's true. There's the only way to go through without the bias or without a prejudice. You can just see things or culture of the world with your own eyes. That's a great opportunity. So always say pros and cons. Okay, so this is today's story. I think time is over. 時間もう過ぎちゃいましたね。
はい。お時間になりました。
はい。さて、next month はどうでしたっけね。で、今日出てきた、英語表現などは、そうですね。私はいつものように明日ですね。明日自分のブログに載せておきますので、よかったらぜひ見てください。そして、リエさんは
はい、私はですね、来週ですね、来週の25日、土曜日に、クイーンズランド大学にて、キャリアーズナイトというイベントで私は登壇させていただくことになりましたので、もし、ブリスベンにいらっしゃる方、後ほど私も投稿で、イベント情報をシェアしますので、ぜひお越しください。
すごいですね、リエさん。なんか大活躍。
いえ。私も楽しみです。今の、大学生の方とかにね、お会いして、これからのキャリアのお話を、他のいろんな、ゲストスピーカーの方もいらっしゃるので、楽しみです。
はい。ね、素晴らしい。もちろん全部英語で、You're gonna do all in English?
I will be doing in English. 私は英語でやりますけども、他の方日本語でお話しする方もいらっしゃるので、if anyone interested in Japanese, like business or culture or language, and yeah, or the program will be delivered in both like Japanese and then English. So 両方あります。
すごいですね。それは同通とかもつくの、同時通訳とか。リエさんの English version, somebody is going to talk about it in Japanese?
いやー、多分英語は英語ですね。日本語は日本語だと思います。はい。
そうか、じゃあ両方わかる人はラッキー。
そうですね。両方わかる人はラッキーですね。
なるほどね。はい、わかりました。じゃあ、後ほどまたその情報をいただくということで、来月は8月17で合ってますね、リエさん。
はい。そうですね。
Yes. もうお盆の後になりますね。ちょうど今日が July 17th, so exactly one month later, ちょうど1ヶ月後になりますね。はい。で、2週間前にまたテーマを決めて、ね、リエさんのテーマがまた何か楽しみですけれども、今から楽しみにしてますが、はい。じゃあまた来月ですね。お会いしましょう。Okay, thank you very much for coming today.
Yeah, thank you for watching and see you next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.